What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tony the Savant back with another one. Let me do my intro real quick. Shout out to the cousin Hawk, that's the ambassador. Shout out to my boy Jeezy, that's the manager. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you whenever you're pulling up to this video. Guys, we're going into full-time mode. I am about to begin Tony's Sports Studios. That's just a little corny name. I'm trying to keep the real name under wraps, but we're going with that. The general brand name for now. But if you would like to, I'm raising money for it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do this thing by myself. There's definitely a team behind me of people that I'll be working with and all that kind of stuff. So we just really want to take the channel up to the next level. We get into the podcast format. A little bit more than just the pre-recorded and all and going live. So we're taking it up to the next level, man. Definitely for y'all. If you would like to contribute to the channel, $ Tony the Savant. The link should be in the bio. I'll put that in there. But all donations and contributions are appreciated. This ain't nothing to take your money, raise your money. I want everybody that does to contribute to be a part of the movement. So you donate. We got an exclusive members board for you. And we're just making that progress and moving forward. We're moving up. So thank y'all. Love y'all for the support. And then keep growing. Let's keep going. But nonetheless, let's get into the meat and potatoes. My boy Draymond Green. This is a video for you guys out there that try to tell me and tell us other basketball historians that this era is better than the last era. And shout out to my boy Two Raw for Sports, aka Two Raw for TV, because he always chimes in on things like this. And I have an appreciation for Two Raw's perspective on basketball, because he's usually spot on, especially when it comes to the historical stuff. But this is just a little something that came by my desk. So apparently, former New York Knicks legend John Starks, I think he was doing an interview, I can't recall where, but he made a mention of how one Draymond Green, the face of the tough guys of this era, one Draymond Green would have been checked back in the 80s and the 90s for a lot of the antics that he, gets away with nowadays. And to an extent, I agree with him. You know what I mean? This era is full of fake tough guys. You know what I mean? I think probably the one legitimate tough guy is that kid in Detroit, Isaiah Stewart. There might be a few others I'm overlooking, but right now his name, his face and his name comes to mind when I think of the quote-unquote NBA tough guys. It's not Draymond Green, man. It's not. Draymond Green is clutch tough. All right? You know what clutch tough is? It's not like the LeBron tough. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to do all the yiggity yakking, going to do all the antics. At the end of the day, ain't nothing going to come of it. And I'm not saying I'm not saying Draymond some punk or nothing like that. I just noticed a certain trend between him and LeBron. They both like two peas in a pod almost, But Draymond a little bit more so than LeBron is known for his tough guy antics and trying to intimidate guys and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just one of the opinion that you tried that stuff back in the days with the Charles Oakleys, the Xavier McDaniels, Rick Van Horns, Bill Lambiers. Even you want to go with the cats like Moses Malone, Dennis Johnson, all these old school tough-nosed guys. Yeah, man, you would have been handled quick. Even with like a Kevin McHale. I couldn't see Draymond Green going back in the time machine and having smoke for a guy like Kevin McHale. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a different era. And back in those days, of course, now you got to blame this on money, but it wasn't as much money in the league. So dudes wasn't so pressed about how they was marketing their stars. But they definitely, back in those days, wasn't taking no stuff, and they was professional athletes as well. These days, these dudes are a product of marketing. They're overpaid, they're spoiled, they're entitled. And that's a good and a bad thing, you know what I'm saying, if you want to make some cases. But ultimately, I don't think that these dudes in this era would have lasted a quarter in the past era. And I'm gonna make a video. And I'm gonna chime in. I gotta talk to my boy Marlo Knows Basketball and Boxing, because he made a very crazy statement. You know, he made a video about Charles Barkley's comments about Steph Curry not being able to survive the Bad Boys Pistons. In my opinion, bro, is like, what player from this era would have survived the Bad Boy Pistons? If Michael Jordan, the GOAT, couldn't survive the Bad Boy Pistons until they quote unquote changed the rules, because we all of a sudden just forget that the Bad Boy Pistons was openly, you know, openly proud of illegal defense. You know what I'm saying? These dudes was doing the most craziest things, and they was proud of it, and the NBA allowed it. But what NBA superstar, if Michael Jordan couldn't survive, I doubt anybody else can. You could put LeBron back. No. We've seen LeBron get roughed up nowadays, and he barely can handle it. We've seen, I don't think, Kobe might be the one exception, just because Kobe was a tough, you know what I'm saying, MFer. But Kobe might be the one exception off the top of my head that could have lasted the Bad Boy Pistons, just because, you know, Kobe had such a bag. If you drop 2005, 2006 Kobe right in the middle of the Bad Boys era, the Bad Boy Pistons era, I'm thinking that's still Mamba. You know what I mean? That's at least still 30, 40 points. But in the same breath, nobody would have lasted that back in those days. And definitely these dudes, you know what I mean? Just to get back to the main course, a Draymond Green in the 80s and 90s, no sir. And John Starks is right on point, man. A lot of the stuff that these dudes get away with now would have been chin checked. You know what I'm saying? Would have been chin checked real fast back in the 80s and 90s. But that's just my opinion on it. You know what I mean? I hate to sound like an old head or old school dude. But I do agree with John Starks on this one. The skill level nowadays, yeah, it's a little better. The marketing nowadays, yes, much better. But it was just something about those old school dudes, and, you know what I mean, and priding themselves on being tough, you know what I mean, that just made that era different. But y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on this channel. Again, we are raising money for Tony's Sports Studio. That's not the real name. That's just the general name. I will be dropping the real name for the studio very soon. Another thing, I want to invite other content creators out to the studio. We got, man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. And so even for my people that's in the audience, the fans, I want to invite y'all out. Get a hotline system so we can do call-ins. Just a bunch of specific stuff. I might even go live, you know, pretty soon and just try to talk, you know, discuss this stuff, because I want my audience to be aware and adept. I don't want, what I've always been, you know, kind of envious of is the dude that be like, all right, hit the cash, or hit it, and then they say they working on something, but nothing ever comes of it. I want this to be a step-by-step process with me and my followers, you know what I mean, my partners, so that everybody can see where their money is going, how this thing is unfolding. And like I said, I'm just excited, man. I found my lane. I found my purpose in life in this sports media industry. So I just want to keep it going, take it to the next level, because we can't stay content forever. You know what I mean? Got to keep it moving. Got to keep growing. Got to keep going. So just thank y'all again. Hit the Cash App. I'm a $ Tony the Savant. We greatly appreciate it. And like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification bell as well. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all the bosses. I'm just the guy that loves to work. Let me get back to work. Peace. Get a goal accomplished.